Hey schoolie builders, welcome back to Elegant Phantom, where we turn this big school bus into a really nice tiny house. And now we are actually in Lake Powell, Utah. We are in Lone Rock Beach, and at the moment it's actually the 4th of July, and it is jam-packed with RVs. So if you're a schoolie builder, or you're just interested in the schoolie lifestyle, I feel like I have a duty to show you every single little thing that I did to this bus. And there's actually many things that I did that I never filmed for you. So today we're making a special video for you, 15 things that we did in the bus that we never showed you. We're gonna start with something big, but first I'm gonna show you Lake Powell real quick. This place is incredible.
Save everything! Look at that!
I don't wanna stop bothering you with my projections. Can't stop running.
Alright, so we're starting with a very big ticket item. We're starting with something very important, and that is that underneath this seat is actually a very inexpensive diesel heater. You can see it right there. It's actually installed. It is fully functional. The vent comes out underneath there. It's sort of hiding. I did make a build video about it. The reason that I haven't released it is that we haven't been able to thoroughly test out this diesel heater yet because we haven't really had to heat the bus. Like, I've tested it, I know that it works, but I don't want to tell you to buy it and install it until we've had experience using it. So it's gonna be a long time before this diesel heater build video comes out, if ever, but I wanted you to know I installed a diesel heater, and that way we have a heat source that isn't just electricity. By the way, we have no propane on this bus, so it's diesel and electricity. So moving on to item number 2, this is what I would call a lazy couch. It's just a plywood box. The cushions actually form the couch. The problem with it is that accessing it is kind of annoying. Having drawers would be super functional here, but that's a lot of added work. So what I did was I just have a lift top on a piano hinge, and I installed one gas strut on each of these, which helps me lift up and will actually keep this up. These were $20 each. Kind of seems like a sort of mandatory upgrade if you do make a couch that is like this. Well, we are up here at the front of the bus. This was a very important upgrade. I used to have just Reflectix panels that would block out the sun, but we installed these super nice roller blinds, I suppose they are, and it actually serves as my sunshade as well because I got rid of the one that was up there. So when I'm driving and the sun's out, I'll knock this down a little bit. While we are on the topic of blinds, something that was very important for me was being able to black out every single window. We were not able to get the blinds with the aesthetics that we wanted while also having blackout abilities. So as you can see, you can still see through these. We found an extremely inexpensive solution from IKEA. You can get these on Amazon, but they're cheaper on IKEA. It's these blackout shades right here. And these are extremely cheap. You cut to size yourself. And we actually attach them up top with Velcro so we can take them off if need be. And to keep them up, I put a little screw at the right height to keep them nice and high so you can still access the windows. They're really the perfect, inexpensive solution to blackout. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like in here with all the blackout shades drawn down. I like it. So as you can see, we can make it a fishbowl, or we can make it a cave in here. Both options are really nice to have, especially when that is your view from the kitchen. Look at that. Not to bore you with the light blocking situation, but we also got some hatch covers made by a company called Mooha Creatives. This is a family-owned company who is mostly making window covers for sprinters and vans. They're made out of African mud cloth. They reflect light on the other side, and there's some kind of fill in the middle. Really nice, held up with magnets, and that keeps the super hot sun in the desert from coming into the bus. We also made screens for these hatches. It's kind of a pain in the butt because you got to take the screen down, put the hatch up, put the screen back up, and it's a bit of a process, but this gives us some ventilation without having bugs come in, especially nice at night when you want to let all the hot air out. It cools down on the inside. Next up, we have something that is incredibly important in a school bus conversion, in my opinion, and that is seatbelts. We did install 4 passenger seatbelts. I never showed you how I did that because I don't want to be responsible for you following my directions when it comes to the safety of your body in a vehicle, because I'm not a professional and I kind of just do things that make sense to me, and I do a lot of research, but there's no fantastic consensus on how to safely put seatbelts in a school bus. The best thing that you can do, install some real seats and bolt them through the floor. But we have seatbelts bolted through the floor, and I never showed them to you, and that's why. These ones right here, you can see them, and then they just kind of hide underneath here. We've got them here as well. You see them back there. The same goes for that spot and that spot. Now, when we are traveling, this table goes down. Nova's car seat gets super tightly strapped down through that seatbelt, and that's how she rides. And then I have a seatbelt up here. This is where we put her car seat when we are not driving. By the way, here's a little freebie for you. I installed a piece of wood right here that prevents these feet from sliding out. Now, if we hit like a catastrophic bump, the refrigerator will actually tilt forward. It'll stop itself right there. The fridge can tilt out, but it'll bounce right back. Not perfect, not ideal, but the fridge isn't going anywhere. The only problem is that once or twice we've had too much weight in the doors, and we've hit a crazy turn, a bump on a turn, and we actually have had some of the contents of the fridge spill out and break on the floor. That was really horrible, and what we need to do instead is install some child locks here. We just haven't found them. They didn't have them at Walmart. We'll order them and get them somewhere soon. Alright guys, here's another very important thing I did to the bus that I never showed you. I would call this one even kind of a schooly hack. You need to keep these drawers from sliding out in the event of turning the bus, which happens of course all the time. Some of the solutions are, to me, inadequate. I wanted something that didn't change the aesthetics of the drawer fronts at all. And so they have those nice push-in lock ones, and they've got things that you could turn, but you can see all of them. I wanted something that you could not see, and so we installed these magnetic locks. Right now it's unlocked, but if you flick this right here, now it will lock itself, and when you're driving down the highway it does not open. You grab your magnet, which we keep right here, you hold it to the spot, which, did you hear that click? And now you can open it, which is a little bit hard with one hand, but I did it anyway because I'm magic. Locks on all the doors. Every single one has it, including the electrical cabinet. Alright guys, next up is a big one. This one was absolutely driving me nuts. This one, in my opinion, is a must-do to your school bus. We've got the Airhead Composting Toilet. The only problem with it is that this pee jug holds 2.5 gallons of pee, which for our family is like 1.5 days worth of pee. It's a little hard to see through this sight glass, and it's easy to overflow this thing. In my opinion, this is not a long-term solution for a family. This is something that might work for a single person in a bus. What we did was we actually, and I almost have no way of showing it to you, but we drilled a hole in the bottom of this pee tank right here, and we installed a HEPFO valve. I will link to a HEPFO valve in the description below. It's like a trap. It allows liquid through, but no air out, so it performs like a pee trap, but doesn't take up the space. And there's no way for me to show it to you. You just have to believe me. Like, the only drawback to doing this is that it will make your gray water smell worse, which is a little bit unfortunate, but your gray water smells bad anyway. Now it's just going to smell worse, significantly worse. So if you're going to reroute your pee tank, you're going to be dumping your gray water into a sewer, like you're supposed to. Alright, this next one is super cool, and I did it ages ago. I did it much earlier in the build. I don't know why I never showed it to you. We mounted a TV in our bedroom, and we didn't just wall mount it, we put it on this articulating swivel arm, so the TV, for all intents and purposes, can actually go like this, if you wanted to do that for some reason. The reason I did that was because I thought I was going to be storing it against the wall there, but it turns out that it just sits here all the time kind of pleasantly. The other cool thing is that this arm actually comes all the way out here. If you wanted to, you could have like some music videos playing while you were cooking. You can have Nova out here on the floor on a cushion watching TV. It's just pretty cool. I like it a lot. While we are in the back here, I never showed this to you, but it's an important thing that I completed. I boxed this in with 2x6s pocket screwed front and back because aesthetically you can't see it from out there, but I wanted to still be able to access this. So I just put 2x6s, and now like if I wanted to, I could hide something up here while I'm in bed. Self-defense weapons, you know? Now we decided that we wanted a side table at the front of the bus, but at some point in the build, I refused to do any more woodworking. I was just like, the woodworking tools are done. All I have is plywood scraps. I'm done building things. So we actually took this side table that we had. It's really kind of cute and I think appropriate for the bus. I actually pocket screwed it to the floor right there. And it's not going anywhere. It's very sturdy. I like it. Something to consider in your schoolie build, you don't have to build furniture. You can modify furniture. You can just put things in here, screw it to the floor. You could use L brackets to screw it to the wall. You don't have to do all this, you know, custom kitted schoolie building if you don't want to. There's a lot of other solutions out there. Something that Val found that I thought turned out really well are these storage bags. These are like a catch-all for all kinds of stuff, and they're super useful. It's really nice to have something right at the front, and they're actually just wax canvas bags held in here with screws. I really love them. I wish I had these like all over the bus. I got that's like a camera mount for mounting a camera to the wall. It's just kind of cool. I like it. And this is also actually just built into the house system, so at any time I can just turn it on and see what's behind us. Right now there is a truck behind us. How about that? Oh yeah, I replaced these locks. I boxed in the gray and freshwater tank because they're just sitting on the ground. They really don't move very much, but I wanted to be sure that they don't shift back and forth while driving. So this is all boxed in. And we're actually still just draining with this. It takes longer, but it's pretty much working out just fine. So if you need some more schoolie building advice, I have actually created a website. It's called schoolbustinyhouse.com, and it has step-by-step articles helping you convert a school bus in written form with some photos. I've got 6 articles up there right now. Please check it out. Please share it. Please let me know what you think. GilliganPhantom@gmail.com. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.